Pakistani military strategists rely on its nuclear arsenal as a main countermeasure against possible Indian aggression. On October 19th, the Foreign Secretary of Pakistan, Aizaz Chowdhury, officially confirmed that Islamabad has plans to use low-yield nuclear weapons to impede advancing Indian troops in the case of a military conflict. Pakistan's attitude is a response to a new Indian military doctrine named Cold Start. New Delhi denies the existence of Cold Start as a concept, attributing the terminology to off-the-cuff remarks made by Indian officers. Nonetheless, India has been implementing a strategy that has greatly alarmed Pakistan, driving Islamabad to invest in tactical nuclear weapons and to alter its own nuclear posture. Indeed, it's nothing new in a new Indian military doctrine. New Delhi started to develop it after the conflict between countries in 2011. After the December 13, 2001 attack on the Indian Parliament building in New Delhi by suspected Kashmiri militants, India launched Operation Parakram, which failed. It took India's strike corps nearly 3 weeks to reach the Pakistani border, by which time Pakistan had effectively mobilized its own defences. At the very same time, international pressure on India became acute, and India was pushed to abandon the plans of intervention. Islamabad is aware of the widening gap in conventional military capabilities between itself and India, and has taken an asymmetric approach to the new threat, building up and relying on an arsenal of tactical nuclear weapons, lower-yield nuclear weapons designed for direct use on the battlefield against enemy forces. Pakistan is calculating that tactical nuclear weapons would essentially counter India's conventional military superiority. Although it is a nuclear power, India does not operate or plan to develop tactical nuclear weapons, so Pakistan will have an advantage. In turn, this situation is leading to additional risks of a wider escalation into a strategic nuclear exchange that might include non-military targets, such as cities. Subsequently, the Indian military has adopted a far more proactive strategy, relying on immediate offensive operations against Pakistan. The offensive will be spearheaded by 8 cohesive operational maneuver groups with significant artillery and immediate air support. They are deployed close to the Pakistani border at a higher level of readiness and able to launch operations within 96 hours. The strategy aims to achieve shallow territorial penetrations in Pakistan, not exceeding 80 kilometers. If this occurs, Islamabad will be in a complicated situation to use nuclear weapons at its own territory amid the knowledge that Indian battle groups would not aim to advance deeper into Pakistan. Thus, India has adopted a quick launch posture, which will hardly be de-escalated by international diplomacy's measures. There won't be enough time for this. In turn, Pakistani defence and deterrence capabilities are based on usage of the tactical nuclear weapons. This is raising the possibility of a full-scale nuclear war in South Asia in the case of a potential conflict between Pakistan and India. Furthermore, India's rapid response doctrine can be triggered by a terrorist attack, as for instance the Lashkar-e-Taiba's 2008 Mumbai attacks. Considering the fact that India and Pakistan actively use militant groups against each other, any terror attack could lead to a full-scale conflict.